Hello all, welcome to JavaScript tutorial series. I'm Niranjan Wagmare. I'll be your tutor for this series. So in this series or in this video, we'll summarize whatever we have learned so far into this video with some problem, right? So video is going to be a summary. So what we are going to summarize, things to summarize: array, if else, loop, function. These are the things that we learned so far. So we'll just summarize them with a example or problem. Okay, let's move. This is a problem statement. It's kind of simple. Uh, so calculate the grade from the marks of different subjects. So we will have history, science, and maths, three subjects. And for that, each subject there would be a specific marks, and we have to grade them accordingly. If it is between these, or these, so the grade table is present. So let's do that. Let's jump into that. So first of all, I'll open the VS Code and I'll open the browser. In the previous video, I've showed you how to do this, so you can code and see output simultaneously. So let's open console here. That is F12. Yeah, console is present. So just okay. So let's add. So this is the file that I've added, summary, because this is going to be the summary. uh, and at the end of this video I'll show you where you can get this code, so stay tuned for that. So let's do it. First we'll add a script tag, opening script tag, and there should be a closing script tag as well, script. Okay, so let's understand the problem statement. Problem statement is calculate the grade from the marks of different subjects. So first of all we will have these many subjects: history, science, maths. So let's now, because these all come under subject and we want to store them in some specific variable or a single variable, we'll use array here. So let's declare an array that we learned. So I'm declaring with let, uh, we will call it subject, name of the array, and then we'll give square brackets inside that, double quotes, first subject, history, second is science, third is maths. All right, so our array is created. So we'll need one more array to store the marks of these subjects. So marks, since we are entering marks, so we'll try to do like for history, the first, yeah, for marks as well, we are creating an array. So we can store the three marks for three different subjects. So that would be accordingly the first entry of subject would be uh, related to first entry in the marks. So I'll explain you that. So first mark is 80, the second for science we got 40, third for we got, let's suppose we failed in that, 20, right? So we'll try to play around this. So this is the, so for history I got 80, for science I got, or we got, in this example for maths we have 20 marks. All right, so let's, since we have this subject as well and marks as well, let's calculate, or let's identify which block or which grade we will get for each subject. All right, so now since we want to iterate through this array and this array, because whichever array we iterate, it doesn't matter, because we are going to iterate like first entry, second and third. and that would be same for first and second and third. So we'll do that. So what we'll do for loop, we'll use a loop to iterate through this entire array. So you might remember this. For let I in marks. All right. So what it will do, it will iterate through this array till it reaches this point. Or we can simplify it. I'll just do it quick. I'll show you quickly. Not this one. For this is in the comments, so it will not affect our code. This is just to demonstrate you what we are doing. I less than equal to or less than 4 or less than 3 and I plus plus. So it will do the same task. So okay, let's not make it complicated. We'll do with that. Okay. So now to curly brackets. So inside that we'll write our loop body. Okay. So first of all, now we want to check. You see here we have failed. So that would be the easiest condition. Or we need to check one more thing. Okay, that will go later. So the first thing that we should check if it is a fail. So what we'll do, we'll check if it is a fail or pass. So if condition, we'll check marks square bracket. We want to access specific element in that. So we want to access this element. So I, so that will be for first iteration, it will be 0. So the first element for 1, for it will access the second element. And always remember array starts with 0. That's why we are starting it with 0. Okay. Always remember that array always start with 0. So if our marks is less than or equal to 34, all right, if it is less than equal to it will include 34 as well. We'll print. So for that we'll use console.log. Since we are not printing, we are not on the browser, we are just coding. So we'll print fail. All right. And what if it is pass? We'll just print semicolon. Yeah, semicolon missing. Okay. Let's try this first, then we'll go ahead. So here we are and refresh. You see, 2 passes, 1 fail. This is 2 pass, remember. And why it is pass? Because first 80 is there, then 40, then 30. So if I make this as 40 and this as 50, so all pass, you see. And if I do this 10, the first would be fail, then the rest two will be pass. Yeah, got it. Okay, now we need to add grades. So we have like it is passed, but you need to see in which grade it belongs, A, B, or C. So what we'll do, we'll add one more if. Right. Inside that, we'll write some condition. What condition we'll write? If it belongs to 100 to 80. So how do we write that? 100 to 80. If it is less than or equal to marks, if marks is less than equal to 100, all right, I, this is the first condition. And what could be the second condition? If it is greater than 80. So what we'll do, we'll add one more bracket, and you might have remembered this sign, and so if you are in doubt what is this, you could watch the operators video which is there in this tutorial series. That will clear your doubts. All right. So uh, marks of I, if it is greater than equal to 80, then we would print console.log grade A, right? Else if, oh, we forget to add this bracket. So remember what AND does, it will compare this and this. If both the conditions are true, then only it will execute this statement. All right. So let's go for else if. Again, we have to check the second condition would be if it is 79 or 60. So we'll add first 79. So you know what we can do? We can just copy this part and we'll just change the numbers. All right. So that would save our time. So this is it. And I'll just, do one thing. File word wrap. So it will look good. Or we can just make it big, while we are coding. Okay. So in this console log, we'll write grade B and we'll change the condition. So that would be from 79 to 60, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 79 to 60. Then there would be, okay, then there would be the last condition, that is, so it is the last condition. We don't have to add the condition specifically to that. Whatever left from this would go into this loop. All right. So here we will write control V. Sorry, been copied. So let's copy control C, control V. Now we'll change it from B, then it will be C. All right. So this looks good. But so far we have used loops, arrays, and if else. But if you remember, we also have to use functions. So we'll go for that. First we'll check if it is working properly. All right. So let's do one thing. Yeah, now both the screens are there. So we'll just, so for the first it will be fail. Second, it will belong in this group, I believe. The third, grade C, right? Where did that go? 50 marks, it will belong to C, and 40, it will belong to C again. So we'll just make it 65 something. Yeah, we'll make it 65. So it will belong to the different class. All right, let's hit refresh. Yeah, it is not coming into 60, like for 65 it should be in the grade B as per this, right? But it is not. Okay, got it. It is because always remember the thing that you want to compare should be on the left side, not the right side. That here we made mistake. So what we'll do, we'll just cut it, and instead of this we'll paste that, and here we'll paste 100. Okay, remember this, because we are comparing 100 should be Sorry, marks should be less than 100, not 100 should not be less than marks. You got it? So that's a silly mistake we did. Okay, no problem. We can still go ahead and let's do 79, and yeah, that should be it. Let's refresh. You see, it is showing now. For this, it is showing B, and for that, it is showing C. First word it is showing. So let's make it 81. Oh, we don't need that 0. Refresh. You see, it's coming grade A. But uh, what if there someone enters a marks that is not in this list, something like that, something like this, just what I did. What will happen? It will still show C because this is the else condition, but that should not be happening. So what we'll do, we'll add one more if condition for all these, and inside that we'll write the marks of our subject should be less than equal to 100 and marks. I'll just pick that. I've already copied, so I'll just paste it. Should be greater than equal to 0. Okay, then only it will execute this code, or otherwise what it'll do, I'll just I add some indentations. Okay, so now else would be console.log please enter valid marks. Okay, or we can also show this like this, error. All right, let's see what happens for 81. You see, for 810 it is showing that. What if I enter 100? 100 is there, so it is showing. So this is working for us. All right, so what we'll do, we'll write a function for this and we'll call that function. Okay, so or before doing that, we'll just show for which marks this is. All right, so we'll say fail in, or failed in, it should be ed. We should also print the subject name ed, and plus to add a string, but now we want to add this array subject of I. All right, so if I refresh, failed in history, you see, if I make this 05, it will say failed in science as well. Okay, similarly we'll add grade A, and we'll just copy this part because we are going to need that for some time. So let's add it plus for this, and here we, and here, see. Now let's make some changes. Let's make it 95, and let's make this 60, or make it 65, and yeah, 65 should be this. Yeah, refresh. Failed in history, grade B in science. Okay, there should be a space, and grade C in. Okay, so if I refresh, this looks good. So now we'll just make a function out of it, and let's do it. So let's define a function Yeah, and how we define function with the function keyword. So what this function is going to do, this function is going to return grades. So let's give the name appropriately, turn grade and parenthesis, and now it should end here. All right, and what all the things we'll pass for this function, we'll pass a subject array or subject. I'll write f array. I'll explain why I'm writing that, and marks, and or rather I'll do, I'll just let it be marks and subjects. I wanted to tell you that these arrays are different from these, because these are the parameters that will be limited to this code only. So what I'll do, I'll change this name, add marks. Okay, now we'll call this function. And how do we call the function? We just write the function name and parenthesis, and yeah, it should be semicolon. This is JavaScript. It will not affect much if we didn't write a semicolon, but it's a good practice. So we are writing it. Okay. So we'll pass these to subject array. S is capital for that. Subject array, comma, marks array. See, now let's see if there is anything different or there's nothing changed. Let's refresh. You see, it is all same, but I can now do it again. Like, what if I have to do for some different subject array or different marks array? Then what would happen? I have to, write this code entirely again. So instead of that, we made a function out of it. So, let's add marks to array, or like the second set of marks. Let marks array equal to, let's make it 20, 65. Oh, it's 65 there. 59 and 89. All right. This is the second set of array, and subject would be same for now. So what we'll do, we'll just copy this line and we'll paste this line, and we'll just write a console log to note there is a difference. Console log, and this we'll just write this. We can write this as well, just to differentiate. You'll understand why I did that. And then marks one. So I'm just changing the arguments here, and the function will return the functioning of that. So let's refresh. You see, this is the first, what do you say, first function call for that. Failed in history, then grade B in science, and grade A in maths. And similarly, in the second iteration for second data set or second array values, it is returning grade C in science because it is 59, so it is grade C, and grade A in maths. All right. So this could be it. But if you notice, there is no return keyword in this, because for now we are just printing the values. We are not returning anything. So we'll do that. But we can do one thing to return. So what we'll do, we'll make a flag or fail flag to keep a note if any one fails in one of those three subjects. Fail, variable fail equal to 0. So if this happens, if it is less than that we'll write fail equal to 1. All right, and after this, or actually no need for that, this would be sufficient for now. And one more uh, bonus thing for you guys, I'm going to show you how to take input for this. All right, so for so far we haven't learned that part, so I would like to do this in this video only. So let's do that. So let's suppose I want a value in this variable a. How do I do that? So I'll just do window dot prompt and add two parentheses. In this I'll write some message, enter value for a. All right, and let's see what happens if I refresh. Here it is asking me value a. I can give any value. For now I'll give 56. Well, okay. So now instead of giving this hard coded value, we'll ask from user the values. All right, so let's do that quickly. So how do we do that? We'll need to write a for loop again. Okay, so we'll write a for loop, not this one. We can use this for loop since we know there are only three subjects. So let's add it. Now what we want to take a value, so we'll just copy this part and we'll paste it here. And where this is the a where we want to store the value. All right, remember that's why. Now what will we give? Marks array equal to, so for a marks 2 there would be there you have to do it again. So enter value for, and this would be I. So for every element we need to add. All right, so and enter the value, enter the marks for, and we want to print display the subject as well. So plus subject array, tell that I. So let's see how it is working. Okay, we don't need this. Let's remove that and rerun it. Cannot access marks array. Okay, it is declared below that, so it is not able to access. Control X, Control V. So instead, we'll just make it empty, and for this, we'll make empty as well. Okay. Okay. You see, enter marks for history. Let's enter 70. Enter marks for science. Let's enter 40, and for this, maths 90. You see, it is showing me for all the three, but for this it will not show because for that we haven't created an array before for that. So we'll just create an for loop to do this. And instead of mark array, we'll write mark array 1. Okay, and this should be it. Let's refresh and let's do that. Let's 60, 39 and 12. This is for second. So 70, 50, and let's 30. See, it is showing wherever it is failing, it is representing that. So we can also do one more thing before ending this video. We can display uh, where this and what is the marks with which it failed. A and let's add it quickly with marks marks I. Okay, so let's see, and for now we'll just hide this. Let's see how it is looking. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, this is not the right approach to do comments, so let's delete that for now and let's see. Control Shift R, 10, 20, 60. Right, the first two failed. And is it showing how much marks? Okay, it is in the grade A, so we'll need to do it again. So let's add 90, 89, 80, and 100 with marks 100. You see, that's how we can do that for all of the others. So we can have a track of marks as well. Plus and the string. So let's copy paste for this. Alright, and same for here, failed with marks. And for this, we'll just do it again. Control C, Control V, and here marks 1, marks for marks under marks 1 for first array and for 2 for second array, so we can differentiate. Okay, let's do it. 20, 40, 90 for second. Let's add 60, 100, 10. Can you see? It is now showing with the marks. So this is it for this video, guys. And yeah, we forgot to add this. Yeah, so that's it for this video. In this video, we covered a summary of all the things that we learned so far, like array, if else, loop, and functions. And other than that, we also learned how to take input and how to work with them simultaneously. So you can find this code in my GitHub repository. So I'll just show you quickly. This is my GitHub repository. Can you see? Here's the code. You can just download a zip file, or if you know how to use Git, you can open in a GitHub desktop, or you can do the rest if you know. But for beginners, you can download zip file and you can directly run this. So this URL I'll provide in the description. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, uh, write it in the comment section. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.